Welcome back to Folio. I launched my channel last night at midnight because I figured out that June 30th was an auspicious date for that. This morning I wanted to bring you a little bit of fun bibliomancy. That's just random readings from books to bring messages. So I've already saged and cleansed and prayed and all that stuff. And now we're going to ask for messages, please, for the collective. I wanted to show you this. I got this book, it was a long time ago. I'm a thrift store junkie, and I found this back when I lived in Colorado, and I owned it for a long time before I ever found this surprise inside. This clipping, this old newspaper clipping was in there. The Denver Post, Friday, April 29th, 1955. Look at these numbers, too. Look at these repeating numbers. 55, 11. U.S. launches moon, magazine indicates. Let's read this, too. Chicago, April 29th. The magazine Friday suggested the United States has launched an artificial satellite, which is now hurtling through space at the rate of 16,000 miles an hour. The magazine stated the man-made satellite may be an experimental space platform circling the Earth on its own momentum, some 800 miles out in space. You know, my point in reading this is this stuff with satellites and stuff, this has been going on a long time. That's a long time, okay? Popular Science in its May issue declared reports have reached persistently from the independent sources that the event took place months ago, possibly at the Banana River Rocket Range in Florida. The magazine offered these points in making its case. 1. The late Defense Secretary James Forrestal announced the United States was conducting satellite rocket tests in 1948. Well, what happened in 1947? Something in this state a rocket on the loose today would be the final stage of a multiple-step rocket fired experimentally. The implication is that this was an experiment that worked too well. Experts say a manned satellite could be launched into space within 10 years, a rocket to the moon in a not much longer time. So, right after Roswell, they were talking about going to the moon, okay? Interesting, huh? That's really interesting. Now, this book is from 1950. The flying saucers are real. True story behind the strangest phenomena in history. What are the flying saucers which have been seen in the sky by thousands of responsible persons? In South Carolina, citizens from 2 towns careened wildly down country roads in automobiles trying to keep a flying saucer in sight. Sounds like Mars attacks. Army and Navy pilots were ordered to fly close and observe them, and at least one experienced pilot was killed while so doing. Commercial airline pilots have seen the saucers while on regular scheduled flights. Okay, this is in 1950, and they're just now telling us that the military is seeing these things. Think about how much time has gone by since then. 10,000 persons stood in the streets of Tucson, Arizona, and stared upward at a fantastic sight. In Farmington, New Mexico, more than 3,000 citizens observed the flying discs simultaneously. Yeah, there was a big sighting up there in Farmington, too, and a crash. There's many more, now I'm speaking, not reading anymore, but there's many more crash sites than people commonly know about, okay? I think the one up there is called the Aztec crash site. But there was many more than Roswell, okay, if you want to research that. Now let's just do a random read, okay. It could have been a time bomb. It could have a time bomb in it, I suggested. Oh my God, this thing's falling apart. It could have a time bomb in it, I suggested. If it got off course or out of control, it would blow itself up. Oh boy. Now this makes me think of the Cobra communications. Toplet bombs. I don't even know what those are, but Riddell emphatically shook his head. I've heard that idea before, but it won't hold up. What if your ship's controls went haywire and the thing blew up over a crowded city? Imagine the panic, even if no actual damage was done. It sounds like an imp attack. Now I'm thinking about the day the earth stood still. No, sir, nobody in his right mind is going to let a huge ship like that go barging around unpiloted. It would be criminal negligence. Oh, now I'm thinking about Elon Musk and driverless cars. Oh, my God. Okay, Space Force, you know. May the Space Force be with you. Like, share, and subscribe. Please share my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I thought I would just tack on one more little segment to this video. Let's just ask the pendulum a few questions, or rather ask the Most High using the pendulum. Are these things true, Holy Spirit? That's a yes from my pendulum. That is a yes. I want to show you something else too. I want to show you this insignia on my alien hunter hat. I picked that up at the White Sand National Monument gift shop, and I was in there, I don't know, a few months ago on my way back from a little weekend trip, and I decided to stop off there. And I've been there before and been, gone out to the dunes and everything. There's not much to see or do there. If you think it looks like a fantastic place, it's actually a very dangerous place. It's very, very dangerous. If you get lost in that place, you might never be found. And there's really not that much to do there except get a really bad sunburn. So I don't highly recommend coming to this place. And then the nearest town is where I'm stuck. I'm stuck there. Anyway, I went in the gift shop, and this caught my eye because, look, it's an evil eye. Okay, I've kind of become. This has become an important archetype for me lately. This evil eye thing, and it's even blue and white, red, white, blue, and yellow. Actually, those are color codes too. And when I bought it, I was like, oh, that's cool. It looks like an evil eye. And I just picked it up. I didn't read what it was. This is the insignia from the Manhattan Project. Okay? I believe I have a past life connection to the Manhattan Project. Like, share, and subscribe.